And that was from the man. It's been so long we heard from Bisa Kede. He calls this one Metamfo. I don't know why it is, but maybe he'll come with some a hit very soon. It's now time for us to get into Matters Arise in another segment on the show where we focus on lens on health and safety issues. And today we're going to have another free conversation on a health topic about contraceptive education. And I've been joined in the studio by a homeopathic gynecologist. He is Dr. Nana Dako, and to do justice to this conversation and help us to understand. And I mentioned with James earlier that growing up, when I hear about the use of contraceptives and all surrounding it, I actually thought that women were just committing abortion in broad daylight. But clearly, growing up, I've realized that that's not what it is. So we have our gynecologist in the house to help us understand that. And at a point in time, we're going to activate the phone line. So whatever question that you are confused about concerning contraceptives and the use of them, you can call us and then you can ask whatever question and then we'll touch on that. I always say that the people we bring in the studio are certified and authentic. So all answers to your questions are simply the best at all of the time. You are also free to join the conversation by sending us your thoughts, comments, and your messages via our WhatsApp platform where you have the numbers at the left-hand side of your screen. So once again, you're welcome. My name is Stephanie Ejajinamanya, and next to me is a known face, Dr. Nana Dako. And good morning.
Good morning.
How has your weekend been? How has it going?
It's been very nice, very relaxing.
Okay.
I'm enjoying the weather.
Some of us are that's really enjoying it.
And everything is calm, very normal.
The patients as well, they're faring good.
Yeah. I mean, once we are able to do a correct diagnosis and find the causation, definitely the remedy will come up. Will do justice to.
Are the ladies still doing things they're not supposed to do, or now they are heeding to your advices and all of that?
Human beings will always. Why are you looking at me like that? Human beings will always make mistakes. Human beings we are prone to do mistakes,
but not deliberate mistakes.
Yes, they shouldn't be deliberate, but then some deliberately, and ignorantly do some of these mistakes that make them, come to the hospital and need a doctor's attention.
Interesting. All the best in all your endeavors.
Thank you.
And so to get into our conversation, the contraceptive education. It looks like when you have an unplanned pregnancy, it stifles your plans in life, your education plans, your career plans, even your personal life. And when you talk about, having a planned pregnancy or having a baby that you know that this is one that you planned for, it looks like information around it is abstinence. But I know a lot of girls out there, a lot of women out there who would not want to abstain, would want to do what they want to do, but not have an unplanned pregnancy. They just want to avoid that. So I want you to psych our minds before we get into this conversation.
Yeah.
When we talk about using contraceptives, is it a moral thing to do? Is it something you are doing? Is it medically appropriate to fall on the use of contraceptives? Is it even a sin before God that you want to plan your life? Because we hear people say children are gifts from God, they are blessings from God, so you don't have to stop
Children. The Bible says children are a blessing from God. Yes. It is established. Yes. So it's not a foregone conclusion.
Okay.
That the moment you want to have babies, you can have them. Most of the time, I don't know why we are starting the conversation from this. But then most of the time, the things that we plan has to do with our bodies. You plan to have babies, your body will have to be in tune of that. But then most of the time when we plan, it doesn't really work. It needs a lot of work. It's not that simple.
Okay.
If you are that carefree, people who get pregnant most of the time are unplanned. Yeah, they are unplanned. And people have that notion too in their minds. That is why they use contraceptives to prevent unplanned, pregnancies. Yeah. And if you are married and you want to space your childbirth, you can also use contraceptives, to do that.
So it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. I call it a necessary evil.
Okay.
You need it, but you don't need it out of place.
What do you mean out of place? Some people have this perception that I want to do, but I don't want to boom. Would that mean that you're doing it out of place?
When I say out of place, okay, I mean if it's not a prescription from a doctor, you are self-medicating yourself, and you are doing it out of ignorance.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Contraceptive is a prescription, drug.
Oh.
Yes.
So you can't just walk to the pharmacy that you want to buy?
Ideally.
Really?
Yes. Ideally. You are talking about something that is going to either have something to do with your hormones and your reproductive organs that will maybe buy you from even having babies, or give you something that will cause another sickness. Okay. Why should you go in without a doctor's advice?
Wow.
I'm talking from a consulting room, experience. So I know that people go and get it. I mean, off the counter, you can get it. But then that is at your own risk. That is how I put it. So it's a necessary evil, You need it for something good for the body, something that will make you productive.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. But then the same thing too can also make you unproductive.
Yes. Wow. So you have established the point that it's a necessary evil.
Yes,
it's not a bad thing to
it's not a bad
plan
thing.
your life, or even space your child.
Space your child.
So you really need to fall on control. Is that the only thing you have to fall on when you want to space your child's bed?
It's one of the.
It's one of the methods you have to follow.
The other is knowing your cycle.
Okay.
Planning your sex life.
Okay.
When after your menses, you should know. You should know your ovulation period and all that. Okay. And those are the things that I say. It's the hard work of knowing yourself, knowing that this is not the time I'm supposed to do this.
Okay.
This is the time I'm supposed to do, and it involves your body.
Your body.
Yes.
Okay. So it means that as a woman, you should know your menstrual cycle.
You should know your menstrual cycle, your free period,
your safe period. So at what age should you know this? Should you know this when you're
once you become sexually active?
Oh.
Once you become sexually active, you should be able to. You should know.
You should know. Okay. Yeah. Not necessarily once you menstruate.
No, once you become if you menstruate all the time and you are not having sex, I mean, you are fine. You don't have anything to do with unless you have issues with your menses. That will require that maybe your doctor, after diagnosis and examination, will prescribe some medication that will involve a contraceptive to normalize your system.
Okay.
You get it. But other than that, if you are a woman, you should be concerned about contraceptives and your kind of lifestyle you lead. When immediately you become, sexually active.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. And it's not something that you have to walk to the pharmacy and say, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. Most
of the time, what happens is that people walk in to buy them, and normally they take it after sex, and then they realize that no, I'm not safe. Then they walk to a pharmacy, to either buy, to administer, to I don't know what they want to do, to wash away.
I didn't get that. You're saying that people walk to the pharmacies, buy it, and take it after a sexual intercourse.
Yeah.
And they realize that they are not
before
safe.
Or after.
And they realize that they are not safe. They are not safe.
When they realize that after the act,
okay,
they come to their correct mindset and find out, okay, I'm not even safe. I don't know.
Okay.
Then they rush in to get
it. Okay. Okay.
And there are some that you can also take it before the act.
Okay. So it works either ways.
It works either way. There are different brands, and if it works for you before or after, people sample.
Okay. So does it mean that all contraceptives are not good for all sort of persons. So the doctor has to be able to diagnose and tell that this should be good for you. That is why you're saying you have to speak.
That is it. That is it.
So how is it supposed to be like? So once I become sexually active, I go to the doctor and tell him that he should diagnose me and tell me which.
Once you become, what normally happens is that they don't even go to see the doctor. You understand?
Okay.
The only time a woman will go and see a doctor concerning something that has to do with contraceptive is when they want to either have babies or they are having scanty menses, they are having profuse menses, they are not seeing their ovulation period. I mean, they are having issues within their pelvic.
Okay.
You know, and the pelvic organs act with the hormones. So once they find out that something is wrong with them, that is when they see the doctor. But normally when they start having sex, they don't do that unless they've had sex for a period of time without conception. You know, seeing any sign. Normally what they say is that and I say, you know, me menses in chada and delay that. You know, then
it's a smooth one.
Yeah, then they try to find out is everything, you know, okay or is everything.
Okay. So it means that when we take contraceptives before or after that act, it doesn't mean you're killing babies. It's not abortion, is it?
I'm not talking about abortion here. I'm talking about contraceptives.
Okay, so I want you to understand. I want you to help us understand.
You are trying to prevent.
Okay.
You are not pregnant.
Okay.
But you are trying to prevent. You understand? So that's
a distinct feature here.
You are trying to prevent pregnancy. You are not trying to abort pregnancy.
So when you're taking the contraceptive, what exactly does it do to prevent the pregnancy?
What contraceptives does is that it reduces estrogen, progesterone, those factors that makes a woman pregnant.
Okay.
That is why people take contraceptives. That's the underlying factor.
Like you can take it before or after the act, depending on your system.
Depending on your system, but then the ones that are prescribed, you go through a doctor. A doctor tells you how you should take it, and most people take it within the month, and it depends on what you are using the contraceptives for. In that context, I'm talking about you trying to prevent an unwanted pregnancy within a short time.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. Maybe you accidentally had sex yesterday, and today you realize that no, what I did can cause something.
Do we have anything like accidentally had sex?
Don't we normally say that?
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. And we accidentally get pregnant. Oh, yes. You know, when you when that guilt, you know, is established, that is when minimum. I didn't know. I didn't, you know. That sort of thing. You get it, but it's something that one now yes.
Yeah.
So when you do it and you realize that no, this can cause conception, then you quickly get a contraceptive. It may work, it may fail.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Samo.
Yeah. It's not
why would it fail? Why will it fail? Why will it work?
Why will somebody take a brand of paracetamol and it works but takes another brand and doesn't work? That's the simple underlying. You get it? So you work with what suits your body. In that state of emergency, if you don't get what works for your body, or you don't even know what will work for your body, but you just know that after this, if I take contraceptive, it will work, and it doesn't work.
Hey, you get pregnant too.
Oh, then
you go born this one.
Yeah, and people go through that. I mean, if ladies will be your viewers will be sincere. I mean, ladies go through that a lot of time.
They would get into the act, involved in the act. They'll take the contraceptives and they'll still give.
It doesn't work. It won't work.
But how will you know that it didn't work after you take it once? How do you know that it will work? So
that is why we are doing this education. You understand? That is why ladies who want to use contraceptives should seek right, go through the right channel. I mean, if you go to the women who go to this weighing, you go to public health, they will educate you on it. But we don't ask questions until we get sick. But these are basic things that you can walk in, and you'll be educated.
Okay, so once you're here, we'll request that you educate us on that. Yes.
That is what we are doing. You get it. It's not a good advice to if it's not prescribed for you to be on contraceptives. Because you want to control your menses, or you want to control your I nearly said annoying thing. Because of what I do, some of these things get to you. Most women unmarried, they are with their boyfriends, and because they are not ready to have babies, they start using contraceptives. And when they get married and they start having problems, then the devil will be blamed.
So why would they have problems after they get married?
No, why are you using everything has side effects.
Okay.
Everything that we do, except the natural stuff that we take. But once you are taking contraceptives, there are side effects of it. And if you are using it for spacing of, this one is not spacing but you are preventing. You are intentionally blocking the hormones from working the natural way as they have to work. You get it? So when you get to the point that, okay, this time I'm married, ping pong is done, then the system will have to take its time to regulate and come back, because there are lots of chemicals within the system.
Oh, then like with what you're saying, then it means that we are not supposed to intentionally prevent the unwanted pregnancy. I'm not ready to have that baby.
If you are not ready to have that baby, there are you can't abstain, but there is condom, which is also not 100%. So the best thing is, if you want to abstain and be cool. You understand?
Wow.
Or seek proper advice on how you want it to go. And when I say proper advice, there are so many. There is IUD. There is so many
the other
methods that you can.
We'll come to that. So
but then I don't want this education to. I want it to be for people who are ready to have babies.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, but that would be a little bit biased.
We
should be ready for everybody.
Yes.
Because contraceptives, you should be ready for everybody.
I'm ready for everybody, but then if you are a young woman, if you are a young woman, not married, not ready to get married to have kids, you shouldn't live on contraceptives.
But how about those who are married but they still want to climb their career ladder, get to the top before they start having kids, but they are married? You can't ask them to abstain. You cannot ask them to use condoms when they are married.
Those things are between couples. They discuss, husband and wife discuss how they want to plan their life.
So
you understand?
Yes,
but that one is there is a consent between two people.
Okay.
This one you are doing it on your own.
Oh.
Yes.
For a young lady who is not married.
Yes.
And wants to prevent the pregnancy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the men who say what.
That is why I am saying that is the most annoying part. Why should you live your life for a young man somewhere who is not ready to put a ring on your finger before having sex with you?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I've witnessed so many young people. They go through some of these things, and when they get married, not to the men who did that to them, but to other men, then fertility issues here and there, and it's very stressful.
Okay.
If you get married and you want to have kids, and due to some of these petty things that you could have easily avoided, will cause you to go through fertility issues. It doesn't make sense. Wow. So you see where I'm coming from. I take care of people who want to have babies. So I am very passionate when I'm talking about things that we do that prevent. It's very stressful for you having sex with your wife for a long time and no baby. Oh. You understand?
Because maybe that woman has taken contraception so many years. So what, it has, disrupted her hormonal system?
No, what it disrupts hormonal systems. It also corrects it.
Okay.
That is why I'm saying that it is I call it a necessary evil. When you are taking it on the right way.
Okay.
If you spoke about couples, husband and wife. Every wife will go to see a doctor because she's a career woman. She wants to climb the ladder and all that. And the doctor will do a proper prescription for her to take every month.
Okay.
And that is the standard. But you want to climb there. You are single, you want to climb there.
Oh, no. It could also be that you have the person who say, oh, yeah, nam. The next 2 years, you're worried.
Sweetheart.
Sweetheart. Yeah. And I would say you want to have an established life before you end up getting married and then having babies. And you can't abstain. You definitely will fall on contraceptives. So is that a wrong thing to do?
With your boyfriend's consent?
Yes.
Fine.
It's a good thing to do.
It's a personal decision.
Oh.
But then when the tables turn, will he be there for you? I'm not talking for the women, but will he be there for you? Why should you go through this? If you are married, fine. I mean, it is established that you are married. You get it? So everything that you are doing with the consent of your husband, which is legal.
Okay.
With the consent of your boyfriend. Hey, like seriously?
How to do the do and
no,
prevent or whatever, but I say it's not for us.
It's
the married couples.
No, but you see, it's the angle that we are looking at it from. Yeah. Contraceptives are, they are good, but then you don't have to use them when you don't need them.
Do people use when they don't need them? I was thinking the basic use of purpose of contraceptive is to prevent the pregnancy.
No, there are people who have hormonal issues, who need certain contraceptives to use.
Oh, okay.
People with polycystic ovarian syndrome, they need contraceptives to regulate,
Okay.
But that one is working on particular issues, but not when you don't even know your body system. The fact that you have your menses every month, you think you can even get pregnant. You understand? So you start living on contraceptives because you want to live your life. Fine.
Okay.
But then you don't know yourself.
Okay.
So who is even prescribing the contraceptives for you? The patient with polycystic ovarian syndrome, the doctor has prescribed it.
Yes.
And she's not taking it for a very long time for the system to regulate with diet and stuff. It will work well. But then you are not taking it,
Exactly. I get it.
Then
wow. Guys, viewers, we are talking about contraceptive education, and we have homeopathic gynecologist here, Dr. Nanada Kun Anan, and that's exactly what we're talking about. So you're free to join the conversation by giving us a call, whatever you're confused about. If you're out there and then you want to use contraceptives, but Doc is trying to center on just the married couples. So give us a call and number 0302 776379, or you can send us a WhatsApp message via the numbers at the left hand side of your screen. Whatever question, whatever is bothering you, whatever has caught your mind, Freya in the 0302 776379, and I send you a message. Our numbers now will send yeah. Doc, let's continue.
Yeah.
So clearly, let's now narrow it down to couples.
No. We are talking about contraception.
It looks like you are just talking.
I'm not.
You are being biased here. So
I'm not being. Let's listen to.
Let's get to the. Yeah, we should abstain. So with those who have babies but want to space them, they would also have to follow on contraceptives. So it means that the first thing you have to do is to have an interaction with a prescribed doctor.
Yeah,
right?
with your healthcare, practitioner, midwife,
Okay.
Anybody with that qualification to speak to that side.
And what do they look out for before they give you this particular?
It's a conversation that you will have.
Okay.
Once you've gotten pregnant before, it's a conversation. Most women take contraceptive one way or the other, in their lifetime. So once you have a good conversation with the healthcare practitioner.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Mercy.
Oh, good morning.
Mercy.
Hello.
Hi, can you speak up a bit? We hardly hear you here.
Hello.
Okay, please ask.